Game number one is getting underway right now. I totally agree with you. We're going to find out who's going to send a bigger statement in this one. That's what I think this match is all about. And so game number one, Neirea and Muzzy, is getting underway.
You know, because you can start making the groundwork here for what you're going to do against this guy if you play him in the playoffs. Because, you know, we've said this before during the season. Every match in the playoffs is going to be a rematch.
Yeah, I feel like this is something we actually haven't seen too much from Muzzy either, is actually playing Hunter and mid-range Hunter in his builds. You know, this is a big spot for Jab. You know, he is an absolute expert with that deck. It's starting to rub off on Muzzy a little bit, and frankly, adding this to your range, I think it's very dangerous.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, when Muzzy came into the league and we started out 2-5, the big problem for him was he was just all over the place with his deck choices, and he was being very aggressive with all of them. But he actually didn't play this deck a lot. You know, he played a lot of Mage and like Zoo and stuff like that, and it was just never good enough.
This opening hand is almost perfect from Muzzy, by the way. You know, we saw Pilot Shredder, Savannah Hyman, and Dr. Boom. He's got a lot of his early game cards already. If he scales into that late game with this strong of a draw, Neirea is going to have his work cut out for him.
Oh yeah, Neirea does have this wild growth, but you're going to see what happens when Druid is playing against these aggressive decks that get these amazing starts. They have to rely on everything hitting the board and staying alive, and this Druid of the Claw is going to meet an Iron Beak Owl.
Yeah, what a draw that Keeper of the Grove was, too. Going to be able to take a lot of this pressure off.
Yeah, you can see Neirea was happy with that draw, too. Let's say he draws another 5 or 6 or 7 drop there, some card that doesn't do anything immediately. He was going to be in a very bad spot.
Yeah, still actually not in a great spot either. You know, one of these Leopard Gnomes going to bite the dust, but a freezing trap has already been set, and Muzzy now has the option to either add Eagle Horn Bow or Animal Companion behind this. Both of these are the turn 3 plays for him.
And that is a Sludge Belcher in this deck. This is something you see maybe every now and then in these decks. So this makes me think this is more of the top end, you know, hybrid hunter, mid-range hunter kind of decks. Probably has something like Dr. Boom in it as well. He could even go all the way up to Ragnaros if he wants. You know, you see these Sludge Belchers come in a lot because they're so good in the mirror.
Yeah, that's really the big point here, and this doesn't surprise me to see him play this. Again, Team Hearthlytics has kind of been team mid-range as far as I'm concerned. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if he killed this Keeper of the Grove right here either. You know, I think something he doesn't want to do is just give Neirea an opening to pop his freezing trap really early, and at the same time doesn't want to give him back Keeper of the Grove. But how much does that matter right now? You're talking 5 extra damage.
I was about to say, you have to pass up 5 damage. That is so much to pass up. It's too much to pass up for Muzzy as well. Not to mention, we've seen this all year long. He's a high-risk, high-reward player. He likes to put the pressure on you.
Yeah. Well, Neirea is going to be the one applying the pressure right now. This Druid of the Claw is going to all but stop Muzzy in his tracks. You know, disrupt it. If he wants to use his Iron Beak Owl, it will disrupt the Animal Companion turn. But either way, he's looking at a 4/6 taunt body. He's not going to be able to just push through this easily.
Yeah, he still has the Iron Beak Owl. He can still hero power that turn as well, and he might get another charge on his bow here. Neirea's going to have that weird dance where sometimes you just don't attack for like 3 or 4 turns, but it's, you know, it puts you in this strange spot. But he is going to be able to pick up this Druid of the Claw possibly from Muzzy as well.
Yeah, what a tough turn. Neirea's no attack here is just excellent.
Yeah, it depends on which minion he wants to pick up next turn. What he could do is he could actually attack with the Keeper of the Grove, pick it up, play it again, and then start attacking with this, you know, 4/6 silenced Druid of the Claw as well. So he's not in a bad spot at all. And so yeah, Muzzy's actually just he's gonna summon a random Huffer.
Yeah, the pig hits the board.
Yeah, I don't mind this at all. Just chew through this. Let's hold on to this Iron Beak Owl and just moving forward with what we got here.
Yeah. I think when you follow this up with the Sludge Belcher, you know, Neirea's obviously still in. Oh, Nelly. Well, scratch everything we just said. Harrison Jones going to stick that Eagle Horn Bow in a museum, and Neirea is looking good.
He's trying to hold back a pretty big grin right now.
Yeah. I don't really know how much Eagle Horn Bow does belong in a museum. I mean, it's a pretty basic weapon.
Yeah, but it's really old from back in the day. It's kind of like you know, like a fossil maybe or something. You know, it's like, you know, human evolution. You know, back from the hunter-gatherer days up till now.
There's not much gathering for Rexlar going on, just a lot of hunting.
Yeah.
Sludge Belcher
he gathers up a lot of wins.
It certainly does. Harrison Jones going to run over the Sludge Belcher, and then look at this, by the way. Neirea, he's picked up on Kranish's tech a little bit. That's a Spectral Knight.
Oh, wow. I like just actually looked at his hand. I was like paying attention to the board. We saw Kranich using these Spectral Knights in multiple decks. He had it in a Druid deck and a Hunter deck, and they were quite good.
Yeah, they put some real effectiveness on the board if your opponent's relying on spells to get those tempo swings. That just shuts off all that potential.
Now, can you leave this Emperor around, or do you just have to curve Savannah Hyman into Dr. Boom?
I think you have to curve. I mean, Muzzy's plan here was set on the turn that he decided to really push his damage. You know, it was damage every single step of the way, and Neirea looking like he's going to be able to handle everything.
Yeah, that hand looks beautiful here, and you know what? He could even get another trigger out of his Emperor Thoros on here as well. This, you know, this interface going to add 2 mana. I mean, the world is his oyster at this point.
Yeah, really what he's got to worry about is can he actually die from Muzzy? You know, outside of double kill command, looking pretty safe. So I don't mind something like Azure Drake Spectral Light here and just go.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you here. If the Keeper of the Grove gets put down to 4 mana from another trigger of the Emperor, does it stay red since he's been freezing trapped?
I actually don't think it does because now it's back to its original cost.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
No cost modification anymore.
I've actually never seen that happen.
Yeah, if he silences here, I gotta believe this is pointed at the Savannah Highmane. So no more triggers for Neirea. He says 1 is enough. Wants to stifle the pressure, and why not? I mean, look at his hand. Is he gonna lose the long game?
No. 1 is more than enough here. He just needs to make sure he doesn't take any more extra damage here. He's at 17, but he has all the tools he needs to win already.
Yeah. Well, this could be a tool needed to win. He's gonna have to take care of this, and the Boombot's always a threat to deal a ton of damage.
Yeah, he's got a swipe here, though. He can kind of trade up and swipe. And then, you know, hope to God the Boombots don't kill him, but he has an Ancient of Lore in his hand as well. I mean, everything's going his way here.
Yeah, Boombots just hit for 8 and 9. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, he only needs to get in a couple chip shots here to Muzzy. He's already got a Savage Roar in his hand. He's going to be making huge board states over the next 2 turns. Plus, he could just draw Force of Nature.
Yeah, it's going to start with Azure Drake, though.
Yeah, get the extra damage off the swipe here.
Yeah, so if he's going to do this first, do you run the Keeper of the Grove in, or do you? So he's not running in the Piloted Shredder. That much is obvious.
Well, yeah, he's going to attack him with the Piloted Shredder, attack Boom with the Keeper of the Grove. If he's going to swipe.
I guess you can risk it. I mean, you do have Innervate Keeper. You know, maybe this Keeper of the Grove actually absorbs some extra shots. And now he's just looking on getting extra minions on the board, just so he can try to kill him with Savage Roar.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to get the damage done, yeah. He's going to swipe face here.
No. He's got to kill this Dr. Boom, for sure.
Oh, wow, that was perfect for Neirea here.
That could not have ended better. And Muzzy, he's staring down lethal next turn. He's got to get something done, but I don't think this hand's going to do it.
Yeah, kill command's not going to get it done. Muzzy's going to fall to game 1 here.
21 points of damage if he kills the Azure Drake. You know, if he kills the Azure Drake, though, how does he win the game?
Well, this is another one of those matchups we talked about. You know, it's really hard to use your kill commands on minions.
Yep. You have to be using these to race. You know, when you can use them on minions, it's fine, but is that really where you want to be? He's not going to kill any minions this turn, and so he's going to be cleaned up and cleaned out. Neirea's going to take game 1.
Yeah, Neirea has about 37 damage in his hand.
9, 10, 18. He's only got 19 this turn if he decides to take out the Keeper of the Grove. Yep, he's going to go upstairs, though. That extra 2 damage on Savage Roar is going to make quick work of Muzzy, but again, well, just in case you didn't have enough.
Do you just show him the Force of Nature as well afterwards?
I don't think it's necessary. Just, you know, make him doubt whether or not he should have killed a minion, actually. I think that's probably a better plan.
He has Xaxes this way, so.
Yeah, so Neirea, swift work of Muzzy. Very decisive win for him. Emperor Thorson unlocking a lot of potential here. And other than that, just the disruption. That Keeper of the Grove was critical to Neirea winning this game.
Yeah, early Keeper of the Grove was great for him there. Just, you know, Wild Growth, as we said, if you get to Wild Growth on 2 with a Druid deck, you were just so far ahead.